Hello everybody. It's good to see you today. We're going to do a craft today about the story that we've just heard about the prodigal son. And I thought we could make a little book about it. I'll show you one that I've already made. And this book doesn't have any words in except the words of the memory verse, which is, "O Lord, you are forgiving and good, full of love to all who call on you." And that comes from Psalm 86, verse 5. Don't worry about it at the moment because we'll practice it as we're going along. And this is our little book. This is the father who's waving bye-bye to his son, his younger son who wanted the money and wanted to take it off before his father had died. And it made his father really sad. So we can see there's some tears here. And this is the son with a big smile on his face because he's going off to spend the money. And what happens when he spends the money? He loses it all and gets all crumbled up and dirty, and he has to feed the pigs, and he even eats what the pigs eat, and his hair grows long and he's so unhappy. And his father's looking out for him. He doesn't know it, but his father's looking out for him every day. And so we've got the father over here looking out, and he's still got a tear in his eye because he misses his son. But the son doesn't know it. But what happens when he goes back? He decides to go back. He goes back to his father, and his father dresses him up in this beautiful cloak. And they've both got huge smiles on their faces. So this is, and we've written the memory verse out underneath here. "O Lord, you are forgiving and good, full of love to all who call on you." And that's from Psalm 86, verse 5. So would you like to do that? Brilliant. I'll tell you what we need. First of all, we need the cutouts, which I've done for you. You can use these, or you can use the template and cut it out by yourself. That's absolutely fine. I just thought I'd save a bit of time by cutting out some of them for you. I've actually started each card with the father waving because I didn't have a template for this one. I had to make it up. So I thought I'll stick that on in the first place on the card there for you to start. And you will need some crayons, and you will need some wool for the hair, and you will need a piece of felt for the cloak, and don't forget the glue. I like this sticky glue, this stuff, but you might not have this because it's more grown up type of glue. But if you've got one of these, that's absolutely perfect. So let's get started. Okay, off we go. First of all, we take our piece of card with our father already on it, and we're going to give him some sad eyes and some tears. So can you draw those in with one of your crayons right now? I'm going to use a rather dark pen so that you can see. I'm going to put my eyes on there, and a big fat tear dropping down there. We're going to give him a bit of curly hair and a beard because he's a dad. Okay, like that. Something like that. Okay? And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our son at the bottom. We're going to put some glue on the back. You notice the son's got a slightly smaller head than the dad because he isn't quite grown up yet. So we're going to stick that on there, like that. Stick it down like that. Okay? And then we're going to give him a big fat smile because he's very, very happy. Big fat smile and some sparkly eyes. If you've got any of those googly eyes, you could put those on now. And from his hand, he has got a big bag of money. So we're just going to draw a bag with some money in it, like that. Going to carry his big bag of money away. Okay, that's that first page done. And now we're going to turn over the page, and we are going to draw him when he's not very happy at all. Now, the easiest way to make him look a bit sad is to put a bit of cut across his middle like this, like that, and then just fold him down like that. So he's sort of squidged downwards as if, I'm very sad. And we're going to stick him down with our glue stick. Put our glue stick on there. And we're going to stick him down there. Squash him down with your hand. So he looks like that. That's it. And then he's got to have a sad face. And he's got to look a bit messy. So do you think you could colour him in with some crayons? Yes, I think we probably could use some black or some dark brown. Anything to make him look a bit scruffy. And don't forget the sad face. I'm going to draw mine in a big heavy pen. And he's got some super tears now. And his eyes look a bit sad. And he's, you see, like that. And then we're going to put in some scruffy hair. So we'll cut a little piece of wool like that. And then we're going to cut that in half like that. Okay. Put some glue on his head. And then sort of squidge his hair up. Squidge his hair up like that. So he looks a bit scruffy. He hasn't been to the barber's for a long time, so he can't afford it. Okay, what else has he got? Oh, do you know what? We nearly forgot the pigs. Right, if you've got a picture of a pig you could stick on, or you could do, like me, draw a pig. I'm not very good at drawing a pig, so I'm just going to draw a round thing and colour it in pink. Put some eyes on, piggy eyes. I'm going to colour that in pink. If you've got a sticker, that'd be even better. Ready? There's he is with the pigs. Okay, because he was feeding the pigs, wasn't he? Because that was the only job he could get. The worst job in the world. But on the other side, he didn't know it. There was his father looking out for him. Do you remember he came out every day? Because he was forgiving and good, just like God our Father. And he wanted his son to come back. So we're going to stick him up on the top corner, like this. Top corner like that. And then we're going to he's still got a bit of a sad face. And we're going to just sort of draw a little path, as if there's a path there that the son can come on. Oh, and his bag of money's all gone. He's got the bag, but the money's all gone. So if you draw that flat down there as well. Okay, and there's our path going back to the father. And the father's still looking a little bit sad. And he's still got one tear there. And don't forget his beard's grown a bit longer because he keeps forgetting to cut it. Okay, and he's waiting for his son to come back. And then what happens? The son decides he's going to come back because he knows his father is forgiving and good. So turn over to the back page and we'll stick the father on first. What do you think they're going to be? Are they going to be far apart? No, you're right. They're going to be close together. Because the father welcomes the son back. And what does he give him? He gives him a beautiful cloak. Now we need to stick that cloak on like that. Okay, can you see? We put it that way up. I'm going to put a bit of glue on there. I'll show you down here. A bit of glue there. And a bit of glue there. We might have to use the grown-up glue if this doesn't stick, but it should stick. There we go. There he is with his lovely cloak. And what does he have on his feet, do you remember? That's right, sandals. So let's draw him some sandals on his feet. Just do some sticky ones there. That's right. Like that, some sandals on his feet. And do you remember what he had on his finger? Now this might be a little bit more difficult to do, to show up. But I'm just going to use orange because that might show. I'm just going to put a little mark on his finger there. Okay, like that. And what have I forgotten? Smiley face, yes. Have they both got smiley faces? I think so. So we're going to give them both huge smiles because they're back together again, aren't they? And their eyes are sparkling. Like that, eyes are sparkling. And so is the father's eyes sparkling. And he's had his hair cut. Shall we give him some hair? Good idea. Where's this wool gone? Right, let's cut some hair. Now this time he's going to have it cut short, isn't he? So we need to cut a few strands of short hair and stick them on. This might be a bit fiddly, so don't worry if you don't get it on right. We'll just put a few little bits on the top. He was probably a bit funky anyway, probably didn't want it too short. But it looks a bit shorter there, doesn't it? So shall we stick him on now? Let's stick him on. I think you might need some harder glue to stick him on. But if not, you can always use a staple to stick him on next to his dad. There, how's that? Next to his dad. Can you see the nice bright smiles? And do you know why? It's because God is forgiving and good. And his Father was forgiving and good. Just like it says in Psalm 86 verse 5. The Lord is forgiving and good, full of love to all who call on him. So we can stick that memory verse at the bottom, can't we? Just use your Pritt stick for that. That'll soon stick on. And there you have the story of the prodigal son in your own book. Okay? And you can always add more to it if you like. You might want to add a tree here perhaps, or some more pics down here. You can do anything you like with it. Thank you for listening, and remember, our Lord is forgiving and good always. Bye!